but you never give up. You will continue to have the patience, the compassion to raise yourself to the next level of capacity so that they themselves will start realizing their inauthenticity and start falling in tune. Till you become authentic, you can't tell them because they will say, you're also not authentic. Who are you to tell me to be authentic? So only when you start becoming authentic, then you will reveal to them they are so inauthentic. Okay, so that is the power of authenticity. Next slide. So anyakara, others' expectation of you, others' image of you, is the expectation that life has for you. So in the form of other people, situation, events, actions. So when you are complete with anyakara, life can never bring shocks to you. So the history of Lord Shiva described how he swallowed the poison, hara, right, that was going to destroy the world. So it is a tremendous sacrifice, but Shiva makes it because that is what the world expects of him. The whole world expects him to take care, to protect. So that's why he swallowed the poison. That's why he got this name, Nilakanda, right? Nilakanda means a blue throat, right? Because of the poison is now kept at the throat. That's why his throat is blue. So poison is not a surprise to Shiva because he is complete with the anyakara of the world, even if it means unjust to us. Okay, so that is the reason why he has to swallow the hara to protect the whole world from the destruction. Next slide. So completion with anyakara is where people miss authenticity. Now this is why again and again we miss Shraddha, authenticity. It is easy to be authentic with mamakara, ahankara, because both are in your control. My inner image, the outer image, how I project myself to others, how I feel about myself, they're all within your control. But with other people, anyakara, you never know what might be demanded of you, what people expect you to be for them. So like he said, I tell you, if you're complete with anyakara, you can declare you're God. Understand? You can authentically declare that you are God. You are able to complete the anyakara of the people around you. So here's a contemplation. When you're authentic, life can never bring shocks to you. If life is able to imbalance you and shock you, that means there is some level of inauthenticity still lurking inside you. So aligning again, raising yourself to authenticity, you will see that nothing can shock you anymore in life. You will be able to handle it like a flow of river. Next slide. So the next powerful cognition that he wants to say, kill the old way of living. How to remove the old way of living? He said you need to have the courage of authenticity before you give a word. Okay. See, integrity, which we learned in the last tattva, he says that with integrity, it ensures that you keep your words. You utter words responsibly. Whatever you want to say to yourself or others, you're very careful in such a way that you need to, whatever you say is going to deliver. It's going to, you're going to complete it. Whereas for authenticity, it ensures that you keep your word with enthusiasm. Okay, that is the main difference. One is ensuring you keep your word. The authenticity is ensure that you keep your word with enthusiasm, not with grudges, anger, with a lot of resistance. See, authenticity brings excitement into your integrity. How you feel excited, feel alive, is only authenticity can give you that excitement, because it kills the old way of living and thinking. All the past predictable way of living and thinking is removed by authenticity. So authenticity is the death of your boredom. For people who are bored, who suffer from this problem of boredom, see, people suffer tiredness in the body because of non-integrity to the body. When you have boredom, which is a psychological problem, is due to your inauthenticity. So when you become authentic, more and more authentic, you will never have boredom in life. Understand? Your laziness and your cunningness will also be punished. Will all just, leave you. So boredom, cunningness, and laziness can be destroyed by authenticity. When you live with authenticity, that is what it removes from you. Boredom, laziness, and cunningness. It brings an intense excitement for life. It is an intense commitment to live life at its peak. The more and more, that's why a lot of people resist authenticity. It is easier to be living with integrity, but authenticity is completely the next level, because you need to keep the life possibility with authenticity, constantly powering on with so much enthusiasm and excitement. And not everybody can sustain that, or everyone can create that enthusiasm and excitement. So if you ever see people who are able to exude excitement, enthusiasm, please be very clear, that means they are living with authenticity. It is an intense commitment to live life at its peak. When you keep living at a peak through expansion, your life will fill with so much exciting moment. Next slide. So in Shaiva tradition, the Shaiva tradition means the Sampradaya, the lineage that worship Shiva, Lord Shiva, Paramashiva as the deity. So in Shaiva tradition, devotees apply sacred ash on the forehead, vibhuti on the forehead, as a declaration of the commitment to the ultimate truth. So that's why you see a lot of Shaiva, why we put vibhuti? This is the reason. He said the devotee commits when they put vibhuti. That is the commitment the devotees makes. He said everything but this is only ash, because it is going to turn into ash one day. So all the things of the world which are going to become ash one day are not my life ultimate purpose. If anything is going to be burned, become ashes, then it cannot be permanent. It cannot be my ultimate. So my strategy for life, even my strategy for my relationship and my success, everything should come only from authenticity. Being authentic with a relationship, being authentic with your success, your ultimate life purpose should be aligned to authenticity. So applying the sacred ash is a constant reminder to base all decision on this one thing, authenticity to the ultimate, because the ultimate is permanent, eternal. Anything that is going to be burned into ashes, they are impermanent. They are not the final. Next slide. So here's the activity. Yeah, you have paper? Okay, you use your handphone. Okay. So here's the activity for authenticity. You say, write down all the occasions when your thoughts, words, and action have been authentic. Recall how much trust you were able to build in people around you during those times. During such time when you are authentic, not only with your words, thoughts, and action, you are totally aligned with authenticity. So list the occasion when you stretch your inner image to the level of outer image. Mark the ones which you experience completion because of this. So now this is a quick 5 minutes homework. First, write down the occasion when your thoughts, words, and action have been authentic. Okay, like for instance, I stood up against my boss when he tried to make me do something that is against the company law, for instance. Okay, let's say, or against your principle. So you stood up and told your boss, this is not the way that you want to do it. So this such occasion, you write down thoughts, words, and action that you have been authentic. For instance, doing morning every morning, every day yoga morning for you, you keep that commitment, aligning yourself again and again to authenticity. Write it down. So just write down a whole bunch of occasions when thoughts, words, action has been authentic. And recall how much trust you were able to build in people around you during such times. Okay? And then list the occasion when you stretch your inner image to the outer image. Let's say in the image is I'm not confident, but in the outer image you try to show that you're a very confident person, right? So let's say one day you try to stretch your non-confident to become confident, and then mark the ones that you experience completion because of this. When you start stretching, the tremendous fulfillment and completion happen. Just circle those times, circle those days. Okay, circle those days, circle those occasions. Okay. We'll give a few minutes to list down. So list down the occasion when you have been authentic, and then recall how much trust you were able to build in people during those times when you were authentic. When you're authentic, how people perceive you, people respect you. And then list down the occasion when you stretch yourself to become authentic with both inner image and outer image. And circle those occasions where you experience completion because of this. Okay? Done with the writing? What about you?
Early morning prayer, this one is very effective. When I wake up, set everything that no matter what, to complete. That actually helps.
Yeah, of course. That's a spiritual routine. That's why Swamiji said that if you focus on a spiritual routine, you'll be fine. Like you bring so much stability in you. All right. Next. Let's continue with the next slide. So here's another thing. He said, why do you say it's okay? This is okay thing is not actually authentic way to express yourself. Okay, so let's understand what Swamiji meant by this statement. Why do you say it's okay? He said, see, all your attraction towards pleasure is nothing but an incompletion in your senses. Like certain things you want to eat or certain things you want to enjoy through the body, the skin. It's because of incompletion with these senses. When you see a person or object, a situation which is going to give you a pleasure, a kind of incompletion wakes up in your biomemory, which pulls you towards choosing that pleasure. He gives an example. When you decide to have a drink or eat meat, even after you know it's wrong or inauthentic, the incompletion in your tongue wakes up. Okay? The tongue tells you want to eat it, right? You want to taste the meat again. So that's why we say any attraction towards pleasure is an incompletion in your senses. Okay? So that is one thing. Then he said desire is nothing but an incompletion in your biomemory. That's a new perspective. Desire is nothing but an incompletion in your biomemory. We thought, oh, it's okay to have desire, but he said, no, if you have any desire, it means there's certain incompletion in biomemory, which is a result of some incomplete experience in the past, where you have tried to enjoy that pleasure, but were not fulfilled in it. That you went through that, but you're not feeling fulfilled. That's why you want to desire to experience that again. So you have not completed with the visualization, let's say, of the food, with the taste in the tongue, the mood it gives you after you eat, and the touch of it in your hand. It leaves incomplete biomemories in you. So those incomplete biomemories are responsible for your choosing inauthenticity. Okay, so this is a very, very subtle truth we all need to catch. Any inauthenticity is a certain incomplete biomemories that we created, that we experienced in the past. Okay? Next slide. So Swamiji said, to me, why would you choose to eat pizza even when you know it is not the healthiest food for you? Why you lower your what you call it? Your consciousness by choosing something that is not good for your health? Because of the incompletion in the eyes, the tongue, the touch, and the smell so good that you just want to eat it. So the incompletion in your senses makes you blind to the goodness, and you choose pleasure instead. Choosing pleasure instead is pure inauthenticity. Okay? Because you are still carrying incompletion in your biomemory, the danger of inauthenticity always exists in you. Nothing is wrong with pizza, but you choosing pizza for the wrong reason is inauthentic. Every moment, life presents both choices in front of you. Authentic or inauthentic. It is your responsibility to take a conscious decision. Do you want to align to authenticity, or do you want to pretend and be inauthentic to the situation? And you make the choice. Okay? Next slide. So here's another activity. Please get ready. Swamiji said, first, make a list of the small and big temptations which follow you like a shadow. What are the big and small temptations that you can't, you succumb to it? Okay, write it down. What are the big and small temptations that follow you like a shadow? That means never leave you alone. Like eating certain food, right? And you can't resist. That you cannot say no. You allow the temptation to take over and make you live the inauthenticity. Okay, so that is, make a list. I'm sure got a lot. Right? So big and small, Swamiji say.
Actually, you already use the correct word, temptation. Whether it's a big or small, the temptation is there.
Yeah, constantly we're presented with a lot of temptation in life, right? When you are not centered, you are not clear, you don't have the clarity, you're going to be pulled by your senses. You're going to be
automatically drives you there.
Yeah, you're going to be,
Many
you know,
times it happens.
yeah, your senses going
You want
to
to
take
be
over.
away from it, but then at times, okay, like I say, it's okay.
Yeah. You think, it's okay, I want
I was
money.
wondering, why is he saying this? That's what we are doing. Okay?
Yeah, we are saying it's okay, but it's not okay.
Yeah, actually, it's not okay because even though you take the trouble to stay away, at some point, you see, it's still lingering in your flesh somewhere along.
Yes.
So they say that's where the it's okay comes in.
Yeah, we try to console ourselves, it's okay.
It's okay. Many a times I myself done
Yeah,
the same thing.
we allow the pleasure to take over, so we tell it's okay, even though we know that it's not okay. But we
Granted
just say,
permission.
yeah.
Auto permission given.
Yeah, we just have to console ourselves, it's okay,
I
don't
was
worry.
wondering why is it using this word is okay. Actually, basically, that's what we are doing.
Yeah, that's the human mind only. Okay, so second activity is make the temptation you easily give in. Also name those you could effortlessly win over. Okay, like for instance, you win over, like never break your morning routine of yoga, puja. So these were, no matter how tired or how busy you will not miss yoga. You will always do yoga in the morning. So that is something that you have conquered, you have won over, right? So that is one, name those as well. But those that you give in easily, let's say you're not supposed to eat oily food because they are not good for you. But sometimes you see, oh, so yummy, you just give in. Right? You just, this is so yummy, okay.
It's good. Why not?
Never mind, it's okay, I eat this time around, then I'll think about
Today,
it.
okay.
Today, yeah, give permission today. They call it cheat day, the day you can cheat.
It's okay.
So this.
Tomorrow eat less.
So you can see how all this entertaining the temptation is making you eat authentic, fake. You try to fake your life, cheat your life. You become cunning. Don't you think so? The cunning
That's
mind.
why you can very simply get it. You got the right word, okay.
So you become cunning.
Yeah.
Your mind play this game to allow yourself to succumb to the temptation of the biomemory.
Because we ourselves know we can win over that.
Yeah. Okay. The third activity is, what exactly is stopping you from winning over a particular temptation? Write it down a few lines. Okay, whatever temptation that you're given, now sit and see what exactly is stopping you from winning over a particular temptation. Whether the temptation to eat, let's say, non-veg. Write it down. You know that non-veg is no good for you, but if you still somehow want to, consume non-veg, then write it down. Or you can feel that, sometimes your friend asks you to do something and you give in, even though you know that it is going to lead to some kind of toxic relationship, for instance. Like you know for a fact that going out with this guy is not going to lead you anywhere, but you continue to give in, and then you feel that you're destroying yourself. But in such things, write it down. It help you to see things clearly. So do this for a few minutes. This is my feeling. I realize the moment we start living with non-integrity, that we don't honor the word we give to ourselves and others, the more we become inauthentic. Because the mind will become very cunning to give in to all the incompletion to the biomemory. The mind would justify the incompletion of the biomemory, the temptation. This is how I feel.
Yes, very true. Actually, when you say that biomemory, what I feel is auto it leads you because we are still not aligned to the entire system of the cosmic energy. So it drives you to, okay, you are still within that outline, where you can still, okay, I can adjust to these areas first.
Yes.
That's what the basic problem is. I think most of the individuals, this is what the problem is.
Correct. So that's why he say, become very, very aware of such cunningness in the way how we handle temptation. We give in so easily, and how we, in those moments we win over, we became authentic.
Why use the word cunningness? I want to know.
See, cunningness is, the mind will play this game to make you think that it's okay.
Right.
Do you understand?
Because I find it's correct, but I just want to confirm, okay, that's the right thing to say.
Yeah, because your mind will not be as simple, as innocent as a child. Because a child will just do it.
The word innocent is gone.
Because the innocence will just be so authentic, it will just be so true. There will be no entertainment of all this. It's okay, the adult will do this.
Correct.
But the child will not do this.
Makes sense.
But only the innocence and the authenticity makes you divine. Understand?
To link up all this cunningness. The word cunningness, it's just blunt there. Now the two other words that you use, it makes it complete.
Yes. See, only when you start seeing that becomes the divine quality. That's why I say make you God. Right? Okay.
So now that you explained it much more clearly.
Okay. So if you finish writing, then we can move on to the next slide. Okay. Come. So Swamiji say the root of inauthenticity is the idea of pleasure. Wow, so nice. Wow, it's so enjoyable. Pleasure is what makes you inauthentic. Right? So how? Because sense pleasure is what we are. That's why in Krishna Bhagavad Gita he said the most difficult to surrender is your senses. You can't surrender your senses. It's easy to surrender your mind, like mentally, but surrendering your senses, is the most difficult. It's the most difficult because it's like so close.
It is always with you.
Huh?
It is always with you.
Yeah, exactly. This is the most difficult, right? So how do we have a problem with being authentic? Why do we have problem of being authentic? How can we, create this problem? He said, why do we create problem with being authentic? Okay, because inauthenticity is always rooted in pleasure. If you're pleasure seeking, then for sure inauthenticity is part of your life. Well, authenticity is rooted in truth. When you are rooted in truth, you can always be sure that you are authentic. Okay, so pleasure leads you to inauthenticity. Truth leads you to authenticity. They are totally different. They are not. They are not. They are mutually exclusive. Yeah. So the beginning and the end of inauthenticity both will be pleasure. What do you mean? Okay, let's understand. It is out of pleasure memories that inauthenticity arises. Correct? We want to taste that. We want to experience that desire that make us want to become inauthentic. It is towards pleasure which inauthenticity drives you. Okay, this is how it all begins. The memory of pleasure is the journey to inauthenticity. The more and more you remember the pleasure of senses, the more you are treading on the path of inauthenticity. So the length of inauthenticity is from the earlier memory of the pleasure to the next pleasure experience. So each pleasure becomes a memory on which we feed. And which drive us towards more anticipated pleasure in the future. It is like a vicious cycle that we repeat again and again, the cycle of Maya, illusion. Okay? So if you know how to break from this cycle, this vicious cycle, then we can come out of this Maya because of the inauthenticity. So understand, Maya, getting caught in Maya is from the inauthenticity. The more and more you don't align to authenticity, you will be living in this vicious cycle of Maya. Okay? You can't, Maya will have power over you. You'll be caught by Maya. And again, moving in this cycle. Only when you become authentic, you break the vicious cycle. You evolve to the next level. Okay, next slide. Wow, this is so powerful. Okay?
It's not a very simple thing because the word pleasure itself, it can be good, it can be bad. If somebody tells you it's my pleasure, then how are we about to look at
No,
it?
I'm not talking about someone telling you the words it is my pleasure. It's more about
Individual.
what we seek to in terms of sense pleasure. That's what Swamiji is talking about. Okay? So if you put an end to either of these, inauthenticity will disappear. See, Maya will disappear. If you remove the idea of pleasure either from the past memory or from the future action, inauthenticity shrinks and just simply disappear. Okay, so this is the solution he said. Put an end, if you put an end to this pleasure thing, then inauthenticity cannot survive. Maya would just, disappear as well. When you justify your inauthenticity, you create a twist in this cycle, making the Maya infinite. The Maya is becoming infinite. So how many of you feel, oh God, the Maya in front of me is so big, so infinite. When will I ever cross this? Okay, if you feel that way, this is where it has created the infinity of the Maya, not infinity of the truth, but it's infinity of Maya. So your inauthenticity becomes infinite when you twist it with justification. You try to justify this inauthenticity again and again. So the Sanskrit word Maya literally means that which do not exist. So Maya is actually only an endless illusion, an endless zero. But when you justify an inauthentic action, you create a twist, okay, in the circle, making Maya infinite into infinity, impossible to cross. Maya infinite makes you feel that it's impossible to cross beyond the Maya. Got it? Yes?
Yeah, actually, you also introduce the correct word, justification. That's what we always use.
Yeah.
The right
It's what we try to justify, try to reason out to make ourselves convinced that it is okay to be inauthentic. Next slide.
So that means we need to do completion for the, for example, some incidents we feel sense pleasure in the past, right?
Can you come closer? You're breaking out a little bit. Can you repeat again your question?
Yes. Now better.
Yes. Now I can hear.
Okay. Yeah. And my question is, that means we need to do completion for the past incident, which brings up the sense pleasure, right?
So when you say that when you do the completion of the past, right?
Which bring us sense pleasure.
Yes, from the sense pleasure. Yes. See, anything that is fulfilling the sense pleasure will make us again and again lead us to wanting to relive that pleasure again. Okay. That desire will make us inauthentic. Okay.
Okay.
Next slide. So when you drop either the memory of the past pleasure, like in the past you say, oh, I wish I can do that again, I wish I didn't, or the anticipation of future pleasure, oh, how I wish I can go there. You make a break in the cycle and destroy Maya. When you stop justifying your inauthenticity, infinite will become zero. The Maya will become zero. So real renunciation is this: moving away from whatever drives you towards inauthenticity. This is the real meaning of renunciation. Dropping the attachment to inauthenticity is real renunciation. Wow, this is like thunderbolt through the Swamiji's gate.
Diving from the top of the mountain.
Yeah, it's like boom.
Yeah.
It's like mind blowing. It's like he just sent a granite and exploded all the inauthenticity.
It's so simple.
Yeah, dropping the attachment to all. Because you have been living with inauthenticity for so long, so you are kind of used to it and get attached to that pattern of inauthenticity. So when you decided to renounce this, that is real renunciation. Because anything that moves you towards becoming more and more inauthentic, and you decide that I don't want to go there anymore, that is real renunciation. Okay? Woo! That's why only when you want to move into a sannyas, right? You have to move away from inauthenticity. Sannyas life is moving towards authenticity. Okay? Next. So here's the practice, another practice that he's given in today. There's a lot of activity and practice. So he said, in the last 3 months, okay, now it's already in July. Let's look at April, May, June. Last 3 months. How many times have your mind given into pleasures, even though your inner being warns you against it? Oops. Even though your soul say, no, don't do that, but you give in. Your mind say, it's okay, come on, let's do it. Only this time. Something like that, okay? For example, swiping the credit card at a restaurant to an amount beyond your means. Let's say you can't afford this meal, but you swipe your credit card, knowing fully well the extra financial burden will create. Knowing that you can't afford to pay your bill, but you swipe it anyway because you want to enjoy the meal in this high-class restaurant. Okay, so take a note of every time this happens and work towards bringing the number down to zero. Bring it down to zero. Okay, like for instance,
It could be anything, right?
yeah, it's as for instance, you told yourself you want to wake up and do yoga morning, but then your mind say, it's okay today,
just everybody
it's okay today, it's rainy day, very nice,
Yeah.
cozy, just snug in and just do it tomorrow, or maybe you do it later on.
It's not everyone can begin zero.
And then after that, after that you overslept, and then you wake up. No time to do yoga. I have to go and work, or I have to go into attend meetings and something like that. So you completely miss yoga. The mind gives in to the pleasure of sleep, right? Sleeping in and rather than waking up to do your practice. So that is one such example. Or for instance, you're not supposed to overeat, but you see the food, oh, so yummy, okay, you eat, you overindulge, and then you fall sick. Your body couldn't handle the kind of food, like too much heat or spicy food or heaty food, and then your stomach burn, and then your throat is burning, and then you suddenly hot or cold because of all the imbalance in the system, right? Your body just create so much body heat due to the spicy food that it just creates some body sickness. And then you say, oh, I should have eaten that because of my, indulgence, my eyes wanting to try and overeat, and then that even my body said, stop, enough, I cannot eat any more spicy food, but you continue to eat because you enjoy the tongue in the taste, of the spicy food, even though your body say no, even your being.
Start blaming the action that we, like, oh, it was not my, I didn't want to eat actually, but I got sick.
Yes.
So there's some other excuses.
Yeah. So there are many times.
The correct word is justification.
Yeah. So how many of this that you have seen in the last 3 months? Okay. Just write down, let's say last 3 months I did this, last 3 months I did this, where I give in to the pleasure even though I shouldn't, like last 3 months I did this. So all this list it down and then take a note, and every time this happened, okay, work towards bringing this number to 0. So that means if let's say in the last 3 months we have 5 occasions that your mind has given into the sense pleasure, even you know that you shouldn't do it. So now in the next 3 months, make sure that you bring it to 0. That is aligning to authenticity. Okay?
Non-existent. Yeah, actually what you're saying is we always like giving in. Of course, the numbers has reduced compared to previously, but
yeah.
But still like I cannot be 0.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Practice is the correct practice. Bringing it down to 0.
Yeah. So next slide. So here comes enter the space of possibility. How can we achieve the space of possibility? Because authenticity is the space of possibility. Integrity is the space of positivity. Positivity means there's no negativity, whereas authenticity open up the space of possibility. Many things can happen. Many, different possibilities are open to you. So he said, listen, you first need to understand what moves you away from the space of possibility. As I say, you have multiple identities, right? Your 4 identity: inner image, outer image, life image, and others image. Usually our inner identity or inner image will be much lower than the identity we project outside to others, your ahankara. But when you project a higher identity to others, it means that the higher identity is already there in your chittakasha, your visualization space. That means you have visualized yourself to be like that. You want to be like that, right? Let's say in your visualization, you want to be a very, very self-confident person. But in your mamakara, you feel that you are not so confident because when you were young, you were told that you're not good enough. You're always failing. So you already start to visualize yourself. No, I don't want to always feel that I'm a failure. I want to show that I'm confident, I'm a successful person. So in your visualization, it had already been created in your inner space. Okay, next slide. So understand, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can visualize as yourself, you already have that capability or capacity to make that into reality. Understand? Whatever you can visualize as yourself, it is already there inside you to create into a reality. Otherwise, it will not be there in your cognition at all. Otherwise, it will not even trigger you to think that way. For example, Swamiji gives, he said, if you feel yourself as foolish, but to others, you project yourself as very, very intelligent. Okay, your inner image is, I'm a fool. But to others, you project that I'm such an intelligent, smart fella. It means that you already have the capacity to be intelligent. Otherwise, you will not be able to visualize it continuously. Understand? Like you can, let's say you can visualize yourself being a powerful being, being a powerful being who can, stand on your own and not get shaken easily in anything from the outer world. That's your visualization. If you're able to visualize it, but inside your heart you're a scary cat. You're like, oh, I'm so scared, I cannot handle this. But if you can visualize yourself being a powerful being, then it's already there inside you that you can make it happen as a reality. Understand? So that is important, how to enter into the space of possibility. So if you have a higher visualization which you project outside, but inside you don't feel the same way, you're rejecting your own space of possibility. And that is inauthenticity. Let's say in your being, let's say in one meditation, you saw yourself as Paramashiva. You saw yourself as the all-knowing, powerful source. But inside you, you don't believe that you're that. See, like for instance, someone may have told you that, oh, you're a being who have a lot of powers. You have accumulated a lot of powers through your past birth of tapas. But you don't want to open up the powers, you're scared of the powers. That is inauthenticity. Understand? Because you already visualize yourself that you are that powerful being, but in this mind that you have, you say, no, I don't want to open, I'm so scared. Then that is pure inauthenticity. Whenever there is fear lurking inside of you, inauthenticity is there. So one of the way to remove your inauthenticity is remove all the fear. Okay, next slide. So very rarely you have a high inner image, but we project a lower image outside. For example, you may feel strong inside, but you project yourself as weak for some reason. Maybe to escape from certain responsibility. Not knowing up to what you know yourself to be is irresponsibility. Okay? So that is irresponsibility. So when the conflict is not between your inner image or outer image, it means both are in the same image itself, that is lack of integrity. Understand? At least with inauthenticity and irresponsibility, your inner image and outer image are fighting with each other. But with non-integrity, it is an internal fight. It means internally you are fighting with yourself. Okay? When the conflict is not between your inner image and outer image, but within the same image, that is lack of integrity. Okay, so this needs a little bit of contemplation. Okay? Do you understand what Swamiji is trying to say? See, I understand the first statement. When the conflict is not between your inner image and outer image, that means there's no gap. It is within the same image. That means in your inner image that you feel that you're not a confident person, for instance, right? But you're fighting with this itself. You're fighting within this same image. That means it is lack of integrity, because that's what you declare to yourself, but yet you're fighting with that declaration of how you speak to yourself. That is non-integrity. Understand? Do you understand what is this trying to say? Yeah? Correct?
So it's like basically you know and you can, but then you're still not convinced that my inside is still like exposed to the fear of not connecting to what you actually really feel inside. You just feel a little bit of fear is still attacking you, or the word integrity is like, you know that I'm not still strong yet to accept the very fact that I can be this, but I still lack the integrity of being what I want to be. So the fear factor is still like, sometimes I do feel like this, like I happen to have a couple of times the same issue, like in the outside and in the inside they are both okay, good. But there is still a little bit of insecurity kind of feeling, that, don't feel that, okay, even though you know you can look at it, you can see it, you can feel it, but the insecurity at that moment of time where you don't really exactly link both in and out. So the in is like a little bit soluble, can be dissolved anytime. Instead of the outer figure is still okay, strong. Okay, what you say is now I can be this, I can be that. But the inner figure also you can match. But there will be a small percentage you'll still be not really. That's where we lose our strength.
Okay.
You're almost there, but you still can't achieve. Many times I've told you this, remember when I came here.
Yes.
Why you have it, but you really can't see it. It is there in front of you, but you still cannot make it.
So that's why Sanjay is there's non-integrity to your declaration. How you declare yourself to be, right?
Okay.
But you're fighting with what you declare yourself. Let's say you declare that I'm going to make this happen, for instance. But inside your declaration, you have doubt in you.
Doubt, yes.
You have because you're insecure that you can do this. So that created the internal fight, right?
Doubt, yes.
Yeah, because you already declare I'm going to do this, but somehow you're doubting yourself that you're able to do it. So that is non-integrity because you already declare. Simply just have to do it, but you entertain your doubt and all that. So that's why it's becoming like this struggle inside. Yes. Okay, next slide. So for example, many times you are confused about your own inner image. Sometimes you feel you're strong, sometimes you feel you're weak, in the same situation. So when you feel you're strong enough to handle a certain situation, you give you a certain commitment to yourself. But later you feel that you cannot handle it, and then you back out of your commitment. Okay? This is very common, okay? Like you say, oh, I feel that I can be my own boss, for instance. I'm going to be my own boss. Then you make a commitment that I'm going to leave the corporate world and be my own boss. Then after that, you feel, I don't think I can handle this. This is becoming too difficult because to be your own boss, you need to do many things. When I work for others, I just have to show up at 9 to 5 job only. And then you say, okay, I don't want to be my own boss again. Then you leave. Sounds familiar? So in the same way, you may project yourself in conflicting ways to others. You may give confidence to others about your capabilities and later let them down by not living up to it. This is so common, okay? When you break the commitment you give to yourself, it is non-integrity with yourself. When you break the commitment you give to others, it is non-integrity with others. So when you do the second one, people will lose confidence in you. When you commit the first one, which is non-integrity with yourself, you lose confidence with yourself. You have low self-esteem, low confidence. This is how you create this low self-esteem mentality within you, and how people lose confidence in you because of non-commitment. You break the commitment with yourself and others. Next slide. So when all your identities are aligned, when you are in tune with what you are doing and what you want to be doing, when what you feel as you, Mamakara, is in sync with what you show as you to the world, Ahankara, what others perceive about you supports you. When your identities are aligned, the whole cosmos rushes to support you. This is the space of positivity, possibility, leadership, and enlightenment. This is the space of miracles. When we start living with the 4 tattvas, okay, integrity gives space of possibility, positivity. Authenticity opens up the space of possibility. Taking responsibility, the space of leadership consciousness, and enriching the space of enlightenment. With these 4 tattvas, you are in the space of miracles. Constantly miracles happen in your life as a flow, because Cosmos keeps showering you with miracles and possibility. So when your inner image and outer image are in sync, aligned, others' image of you continues to enrich you and support you in your ventures, whatever you want to do in your outer world. All that become a support for you, okay, in whatever you do. Understand? Next slide. Yeah. So here's the practice you need to do. It says scan your whole life and identify the specific aspect of your inner image, Mamakara, which leave you with a strong conflicting experience with yourself. So see where your internal conflict happens of your inner image. Identify the areas of your life where you feel powerless or experience conflict with yourself because of certain ideas you carry about yourself. Here's an example. You want to be successful in your life. Of course, everyone wants to be successful, who want to be a failure. But you're not able to achieve success. If you look in, you will see deep within you, in your inner space, you may be believing again and again that you are a failure. You may be thinking and uttering the words that you are a failure and you cannot be successful. You may have said to yourself again and again unconsciously. Understand, whatever you feel powerless, whenever you feel powerless or experience conflict in your life, there is surely some non-integrity and inauthenticity in that aspect of your life. So look in, this is like a self-diagnostic process that Swamiji is making us do. Okay? So later on, Ma Parvati Swarupini, those exercises you can post it in the group for people to do. Okay? Because I don't think you guys can finish it within the time. So this one, because need you to sit and contemplate as a practice. Okay? Living it as a practice. Next slide.
Is it all the practice or specifically slide 23, this one?
Those that you need to do as a practice.
Okay.
Like some of the things that we do as an activity here, you would have already done it. But those do it as a practice. That means your daily practice, you need to do it. You need to live it. Okay. It's called practice. Okay? Next slide. So then the third part is identify the words you utter about yourself to yourself, which are not according to the peak of your capacity. That is, what you think as you as peak capacity, but what other things as peak as your peak capacity. What are the words you talk to yourself? How you talk to yourself? Look deeply within and identify the non-integrity and inauthenticity in those conflicting aspects of you that you carry inside you. Then sit and complete with yourself. Do the swapuna kriya, self-completion, and restore integrity and authenticity in those aspects of your life. Okay, so this one, you have to do it outside because you need to sit down and contemplate and write it down and do the completion. Okay, next slide. So I think this is the last click. He said, avatar is a space of possibility. See, he said, Swamiji said, when I happened in this body as an avatar and grew up in this body, I only saw the vast possibility in front of me as life. I never had the idea, oh, this is difficult, this is impossible. Swamiji never had this idea at all. I still remember when I started my life, when I started developing the feeling that I am the individual self, I started seeing life as a vast possibility. When I saw a temple pond, I knew I can simply jump in and swim, even though I have not learned swimming. When I see a huge piece of land, I knew I can grow, flower garden or fruit garden, or whatever I want to grow there, right? He said, when I entered my school for the examination, I just knew that I can pass the examination, even though I have not worked hard for that subject, he said. When I saw the deities in the temple, I just knew that I can reach the deity. him, right? Everything I saw in front of my eyes was only a huge possibility or the reminder of possibility, never an obstruction. See that powerful space of possibility as an avatar, okay? When you always live in this kind of space of huge possibility, you are also an avatar. Understand? Next slide. So authenticity means being in the space of possibility, cognizing the space of possibility is the return to authenticity. Keep cognizing the space of possibility. That is the way to get back to authenticity. One who is ever established in this space permanently, the space of possibility, is an avatar, incarnation. An incarnation is one who is established in this space of possibility permanently, forever, okay? So please understand this is a key way to see how the incarnation's mindset or inner space versus a human mind, okay? So here's another practice. Sometime in your childhood, in some situation, you have first cognized impossibility because someone told you you can't do it. And then, at that moment, you would have slipped from authenticity. You just accepted that, okay, I can't do it. Let's say your mom told you something, you can't do this, don't even try. And then you accepted it because you think that you trust what your mother said, okay? The mother said, this is impossible for you. At that moment, you would have slipped from authenticity. It means from authenticity, you feel that you should be able to try, but because you accepted what your mom told you, you think that, okay, yeah, I can't do it. You would have made the decision not to stretch. Because you think that you can't do it, you are not going to try. Because you have up against the impossible, and that would have become a pattern in you. Because you accepted that, it becomes a pattern. Now go back to that incident and relive it. Find out who, what, when, where it happened. Complete with that incident. Okay? So a lot of time those childhood are the moments you live around the people, whether it's your parents or your caretaker, whoever took care of you and give you this idea of impossibility. Go and dig it out and complete with that. Okay? Next, do this for all the incidents in your life where you recall taking the side of impossibility. Just for the next 3 days, do spontaneous completion every time you catch yourself doing this. When you catch yourself falling into the impossibility, quickly go back to when you started and start completing from the source incident, the incident that triggered that pattern in you. Okay? So this is also another practice that please do. Okay, so now let's go on to the last few slides. We'll complete with the slide.
but we all got beaten up by the parents, eh?
Huh?
But we all got beaten up by the parents, eh, if we don't do the way that they told us.
You were beaten up by the parents?
Mm.
Uh-huh. And then?
And then
You were saying that you were beaten up by the parents, and what was the second part of the question?
so that means to complete the fear of got beaten up.
See, when you're beaten up by your parents, you're scared of what, right? You don't want to be beaten up because it's painful, right?
Yes.
So that fear created in you is inauthenticity. Fear is inauthenticity only. Fear will make you impossible to try. Okay?
Okay.
Next slide. So once again, want to invite everybody now that today is what day? Today is already 9th, right? So the Paramashiva Sena program in a batch 8 is happening now on the 9th day. So this coming a couple of days, we will be celebrating the Guru Purnima. So tomorrow, please come to the center, and wherever you are, in whichever location you may be, please come and join us at Kailasa, in every zone and in the zone that you are in, to celebrate Guru Purnima. And so also join this program. Paramashiva Sena program is an amazing program that is going to transform you inside out and align you to authenticity. Okay, so this is one program that Swamiji is conducting personally, so don't miss it. Next slide. Once again, those of you who are interested to be part of this enlightened civilization and nation, Kailasa, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to guide you how to become one of the e-citizens, so that you can access to many of the source knowledge from Swamiji's teaching, as well as many possibility to volunteer, as well as to become part of something exciting in the future. Next slide. So this is the last slide. Today we will not have time to do the meditation because there's a lot of written exercise. So we will not be doing the meditation, contemplation. You need to write it down and do it. So we will do the, sorry, this is from last, I haven't updated. So next week we will continue with part 3, lesson number 14, and we will be meeting again next week. Okay? So Paul, how? Finally you turn on the camera. Huh?
Yeah, a lot of contemplation and reliving and practicing today. There's a lot of
Yeah, this authenticity module has a lot of contemplation and things that you have to do, homework you have to do, because it's not like you're sitting and do meditation. No, this one you really have to trace back and dig it out. Okay, so do that, and then we regroup. So this Parvati Swarupini will help to post those exercises in the slide onto the group chat, so you all can review it and do the exercises. Okay, so with that, I'd like to conclude with the Puna mantra. Thank you all for joining. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Saubham Bhagavashi Nityananda Paramashiva Parga Paramastu. Om Nityanandam. So, Parvati Swarupini, you took a screenshot of everybody who attended? Yeah, okay, great. So now you can stop the recording.